Hello everyone, welcome to timguitar.co.uk, and in this week's lesson we're going to be looking at correct posture. Now posture is something that I have to advise a lot of my guitar students on, and it's something that beginners tend to have issues with. I think a lot of it comes from anxiety about how to hold the guitar properly, and possibly not even considering how to hold the guitar properly. When a student is battling with learning to play their first chords, very often they tend to hold the guitar facing downwards like this, and there are lots of problems associated with bad posture. First and foremost, your hand is not gripping the guitar neck correctly. Your wrist tends to be tilted forward, and therefore you can see from my fingertips there that they're not making the correct arched position that you need to be able to play the guitar comfortably. For starters, one thing that I see new students do is that they cup the neck with the palm of their hand and the ends of their fingers on the edge of the guitar neck, like so. The problem is with this, it means that the student is unable to form chords comfortably. In order to play the guitar correctly, your thumb ideally needs to be positioned on the back of the neck. Your wrist, your left wrist, or your right wrist if you're a left-handed player, needs to be bent, allowing your hand and your fingers to naturally arch across the fingerboard. Hopefully you can see what a difference it is that now I'm up on my fingertips compared to the incorrect posture there, the incorrect position where the pads of my fingers are also touching the strings adjacent to the strings that I'm fretting, and therefore they choke off the strings behind the fretted strings. The problem being that you can't strum a clear sounding chord. So again, to reiterate this, you need to have the neck pointed slightly upwards, not downwards. That's another common mistake with beginners, is they tend to sit with the guitar neck pointed downwards. Ideally you should have the guitar pointed up towards the ceiling slightly, and this will put your left hand in the correct position to be able to fret chords correctly as opposed to incorrectly. Now we all, particularly electric guitarists, we do have a habit of putting our thumbs across the top of the neck. That's okay when you're playing certain chords, like minor 7 chords for example, but ideally you really need to be using your fingers and not wrapping your thumb around the neck. But the most important thing for a beginner is concentrate on getting your fingertips up on the fingerboard and up on the strings. Don't lean back and flatten your knuckles. Everything needs to be nice and sharp and on the tips of your fingers.